Hi everybody, Leah here with your November 2025 reading. This month, the choice is mine. So this month is very much you looking at all the opportunities and possibilities and different options that are available to you, but then being able to choose for yourself whether you're going to pursue any of those or which ones, what you're saying no to, what you're accepting, if you just want to stay where you are. Now, it's perfectly okay to stay where you are if that is exactly what you want. But if you're staying there out of fear, out of feeling stuck, um, sometimes we self-sabotage without even knowing we're doing it, just as a safety thing. So if you think any of that stuff is going on for you, please book a tapping session with me this month. We can do it in my clinic in Yass or over Zoom. Really simple, really effective to help you to get rid of some of those blocks that are stopping you from being a little bit brave and stepping out and trying something new and different that you really want to do. So it can really help you to start saying yes to those opportunities. Now we are moving in very soon to the new year. The 2026 journal is now available for pre-order. The link is in the comments. Going to be a little bit different this for 2026 because it's very much this year, 2025 is a year of taking action, of finalizing things, getting everything sort of wound up before we start this next 9-year chapter. And so next year is very much about focusing on you. It's going to be a lot of self-care, connecting to your intuition. So while there will still be goals and working towards things, there's going to be a much more self-care focus. So really, really nice. There is also going to be some competitions and challenges throughout the year that you can choose to join in on if you want. There will be prizes to be won. I just really want you to start off this next chapter in this really good place of feeling very content with who you are, feeling very solid in that and very aligned. And so you can really make these next 9 years in your life really count. So if you haven't already, follow the link, pre-order the journal. I'm hoping to have them out the end of November, fingers crossed. So the essential oil for this month is SuperMint. This is the oil of perspective. And so this is really asking you to use your natural healing abilities to make those changes to your life. And this oil is going to help you to do that. It's going to help you to face those issues that are coming up. It'll help keep you motivated and focused on what you need to do and to be able to follow those new ideas and those possibilities as they come in, because there's going to be a lot this month. In the daily cards, we have 11 major arcana cards. It is the 11th month of the year. It's all very significant. And so there could be a great deal going on this month for you. The card from My Healing Cards, and these are being redesigned and will be out hopefully by the end of the year as well. I will keep you posted on the website when these come out. The card is Act. So it really is time. This year was the year of winding things up. It's getting things done. And so, we're getting very close to the end of the year where you need to start looking and going, okay, well, have I reached the goals I wanted to reach? Are there things that I really want to get done before this year is out? Do I want to use the energy that's available to me currently to get those things done? Do I need to book a tapping session and work out why I'm procrastinating? Why am I not reaching these goals that I really want to reach? So looking at all of those things so that you can finish this year exactly how you want to, and you can start next year fresh. So numerology cards, I'm going to draw 4 is the plan, but you never know how many are going to come out, but we're going to start with 4. So choose your card number, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to read these at the end. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, let's get started with your reading. Okay, so we're going to draw 4 cards for each week of November, and take what feels true for you and leave behind what doesn't. These card readings are supposed to give you some guidance, some reassurance, some help in the areas that that are likely coming up for you. and to help you through that. But always, always, always trust your own instincts first, trust your own gut. If something feels wrong, believe it. If something feels right, be curious and look into it a little bit more. I think the last week is going to be kind of a bit full on because you've got that's two decks now that have brought out two cards for that last week of November. Okay, so first week of November. So with the daily cards, it really showed you starting the month off really strong here. And these cards are agreeing with that. So we have the Empress, we have the Magician, you have the card of Focus, and you have the Potential card. There is so much available to you right now. There are options here, so many choices. You might not even be aware of what's available to you. But when you start sort of being curious and looking, and it might be that someone just randomly offers you some kind of role or position that you didn't even imagine you could do, but all of a sudden it's like, oh, and it feels to me like quite often your instinct is just to say no straight off the bat. But try not to say no straight away. Just say, oh, that's it's interesting. Let me think about that for a little while and just sit with it and see what feels right. But with the Empress here, it's like you are creating something. You're bringing something to fruition. There's abundance here. This feels really, really nice, but you are being required to act. And it's interesting that act card came up from my cards for this month because I feel like there is something you need to actually actively pursue here. With the Magician card there, you're manifesting. So you're creating, you're really getting focused on what you want. You're looking at your potential. It feels like to me in some aspects, you're sort of all of a sudden just going, actually, I am more capable than I thought. I can achieve more than I thought. And it's like you're just really starting to come into your own here, which is really exciting. Now, second week of November, we have Ace of Cups. You've got the Temperance card, Transformation. You've got Enlightenment. The daily card suggested there could be some upheaval in the second week, but how much it affects you depends on how you react to things. And so with that Ace of Cups there, I feel like that's reiterating that message that there's going to be some sort of new emotional stuff coming through, but I feel like it's going to be a lot more of a new way of you addressing it, how you react to these things. Where there's previously where you might have got quite emotional, overwhelmed, upset, or angry. For a lot of people, anger is just that first response without even thinking about it. I feel like you're reining that in a little bit. You're bringing some balance back into your life and you're wanting that peace. And it's like, well, the only way I can have that peace is if I create that. And so, in order to do that, I really need to transform how I respond to things and recognize what matters to me and what actually doesn't. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of you just going, actually, God, I've wasted, so much of this year being upset about this or anything. And I actually don't even care. When you really go into it, it's like it's a learned thing. So it's like, well, I should be angry, so I will be, but you actually don't need to be. So it feels like there's this opportunity for a lot of spiritual growth in the second week of November and throughout the whole month, really. But it's very, very obvious here. Now, in the third week in November, we have the Knight of Swords, the High Priestess, we have the Thriving card, and you have the Dragonfly card, which is all about living life to the fullest. The daily card suggests you might be learning who you can and can't trust this month, and you might be letting some of those people go that no longer really have a place in your life, and that's okay because that needs to happen. But for it also come a lot that some new psychic gifts could be coming um, into your awareness that all of a sudden you're starting to realize, oh my goodness, like I'm noticing signs everywhere, and or I'm hearing these messages, or I get a sense of something here, and then this happens, or so really paying attention to that. And with that high priestess there, again, that reiterates that message. So really taking some time to connect to your inner wisdom, to source, whatever that is for you. You might want to use angel cards to do that. You might want to start learning about tarot. You might be just reading books that bring in some of this info for you. But it's like something is happening there that you're like, yeah, that really rings true to me. I want to do more with that. And it's like you really get into it, and you're going to have this quick spiritual growth happening for you, but you're really going to thrive with this. It's going to really make your life quite fulfilled, which is really, really nice. The last week of November, we have the Knight of Gabrielle there. We have the Eight of Wands. So that's the Knight is also a Wands card. You've got Page of Wands. So you've got 3 Wands cards there. You have patience and fulfillment, and we have 7 heavenly virtues. So glad it came out with the virtues and not the sins. I think this is a reminder to look at all the good you have. We have all done things in our lives that we wish we'd done differently, that we might regret, that we feel embarrassment over, anything like that. It feels like to me you're letting a lot of that go in this last week. Not like, it never happened and, I don't need to feel bad about it anymore. It's not like it's sort of from an ego-based thing. This is you've learned from this, you understand this, you have grown, you've moved on, and you're allowed to do that. You're having patience here. I feel like these gifts coming through, you might want things to happen very quickly, but it might be that this needs to be a bit of a slower process. But you've got that fulfillment card there. And so I feel like whatever this is, the journey of it is actually really exciting for you. So you're making progress. Eight of Wands can be quite a quick change. Again, so it's interesting. We've got that. And we've also got the patience card. So it might feel like there's a whole lot going on, but you don't feel like you're getting anywhere quickly, but you are. You just have to trust in the process. Pay attention to new ideas. Anything that's coming in that you're like, oh yeah, that really actually feels good or sounds good to me. Pay attention to that. And just taking action when you need to. Having the ideas isn't enough. You're going to need to actually put some things into place here. And it might be that, you want this, you want to increase your intuition. We'll look at activities. You can, there's so much online available to you. Have a look and see what is a way I can do that, and then make it part of your everyday life. Really show that commitment to it, and it's going to reward you in turn. Bottom of the deck, we have 7 of Cups. Time to make a decision. There's options here. You've got to be clear about what you want. Now, for some of you, it is saying a need for detox. We're going into the festive season. There could be a little bit too much eating or drinking, things like that. But I feel like also it's just detoxing yourself from anything that clutters your mind and stops this connection to your intuition. So too much TV watching, around a lot of technology, things like that. Just really clearing your life, bringing in that balance. Now you have the King of Pentacles here as well. This is you're very secure in what you're doing financially. Things are going well. It's like you've built this solid foundation, and you're really getting things in place ready for next year. And we have the Dreams card. This is believing in yourself. It's believing in your dreams. I feel like it's also paying attention to your dreams. As soon as you wake up in the morning, jot down anything you remember, because I feel like messages could be coming through in your dreams. That might be one of the ways that you dream something and then it happens, or you dream of someone you haven't spoken to for years and then all of a sudden they call you, or something like that. So just paying attention. It might be that it's something you need to know and act on, or it might just be this is the way your guides are saying to you, look, I'm here, and making, so that you can believe that. Go, okay, there is something to this. These signs keep happening. And we also have the Gateway card here. This is you have this opportunity in November to move through to something else. It's up to you if you take it or not. You don't have to, but it's going to be really fulfilling if you do it. Okay, numerology cards. Card number 1 is forgiveness. Anyone who knows me knows I really dislike these forgiveness cards when they come up. They come up a lot, so clearly I've still got something to learn there. 96 is the number. So who do you need to forgive in your life? Is it you? We talked about having those things from our past that we don't, we're not proud of, we don't like, we wish we hadn't done, those sorts of things. And then looking at that from the other perspective, that if you're feeling that and experiencing that, so are other people. And so someone who perhaps did the wrong thing by you, you can probably look and go, okay, look, they have grown, they have changed. really, all of that's in the past. It happened for whatever reason. I can forgive, or I can at least move on. Card number 2 is compassion, which is 99. And I think you might have had that in October. This is being compassionate with yourself, with others. Again, having that understanding of where we've come from, what we've learnt, how we're growing, really finding that kindness to ourselves. Number 3 is 7, and it's personal growth. There is so much of that happening this month. So if that's you, really pay attention to the reading, pay attention to your daily cards, because there's a lot of opportunity here for growth that you really want to embrace. And card number 4 is 32, and it's the card of music. Music is really healing. If you are having these strong emotions that you don't want to have, or you don't want to react to other people with them, go to your room, find a song that helps you to release that. So it might be some heavy metal if there's a whole lot of anger in you that just needs to come out. We're not saying don't feel anger, because you feel it, it's there. You don't want to hold it in and go, no, don't feel that. That's not an issue, and it's festering into something. You do feel it. So go and let it out, but in a healthy way, and without engaging in the person perhaps that's prompted that reaction in you. So, putting on some really fast music so you can really move, something that really gets you humming throughout the day, singing something that's joyful, that makes you feel good. You might want to put on something really sad and have a really good cry. You might want to learn an instrument. You might want to go to a concert, whatever it is. If you chose card number 4, your number is 32, and music is going to be significant. So I hope you have a fantastic month. Please pre-order the 2026 journal. Very, very excited about this one. Very proud of it. Hoping to have it out at the end of November. Great Christmas present idea. So I will see you next month. Bye.